Hi, my name is Tiffany Polk. This is week 2, dissection of the sheep's heart. Before I start, I always want to make sure you have your protective measures. I have my goggles, my mask, I have my gloves, and I'm gowned. When you think of the cardiovascular system, you think of the heart and a series of blood vessels that transport blood throughout our entire body. The heart acts as an automatic pump, moving the blood from regions of high pressures to regions of low pressures, carrying oxygen and nutrients to the cells of the body. When you look at this heart, you really don't know if this is the anterior part of the heart or the posterior part of the heart. Typically with the posterior part of the heart, you see more of the veins and the arteries. In the anterior part of the heart, and one way of knowing is the apex of the heart. The top of this is usually considered as the base of the heart. You can also see the intraventricular sulcus on the anterior side. You also see your right ventricle. You see your left ventricle. Above the left ventricle is your left auricle. On the right side, you'll see this little flap, which is your right auricle. I'm going to turn the heart around to the posterior side, and I'm going to remove this. This was just my place holder. But right here is the right atrium where I'm sticking my finger in. And this is where blood is coming in from. I'm going to go to the other side so I can put my finger into the left atrium, which is right here. So I have my right atrium, I have my left atrium. Here, this is my brachiocephalic artery, and just above that on the side anterior to that is the superior vena cava. On this side over here we have our aorta. The aorta is what pumps out the oxygenated blood to the entire body. So if we go through, it's kind of hard to actually put your finger through here, but this is the aorta. So when you think about the blood and how it transports to our heart and throughout the heart, we start with our superior vena cava. From the superior vena cava, it goes to the right atrium. The right atrium collects the deoxygenated blood from the body through the inferior and superior vena cava. Blood travels from the right atrium to the right ventricle through the tricuspid valves. As the pressure builds up in the right ventricle, the tricuspid closes, preventing the backflow of blood into the right atrium. And then the blood flows from the right ventricle into the lungs via the pulmonary arteries. All the arteries are vessels that take the blood away from the heart. Most arteries carry oxygenated blood, but the pulmonary arteries carry deoxygenated blood to the lungs. The valve between the right ventricle and the pulmonary trunk is called a pulmonary semilunar valve. From there, then it goes to the left atrium to bypasses the mitral valve into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it goes to the aortic semilunar valve, then to the aorta, and then that's when the blood is pumped into the entire body. And that concludes the dissection of the sheep's heart.